Hold on. Alright guys, we are up and in the tree. We got about an hour and 45 minutes left of flight. I did not get up in the tree as early as I would have liked. Had to stay a little late today and one of my classes back at college and then had the 3-hour drive. But we're up in here. I didn't really care how late I was running because it is 80 degrees out. So November 14th, 80 degrees out. I figure it's going to be a little later once the deer start moving, but in here this evening after a buck named HERSHEYS. So I'm hoping that he'd come out, and there's another deer in here named Longhorn. He's a really good deer. I'm not sure if he's a shooter, but HERSHEYS is for sure a shooter, so I have no idea what's coming in here. I haven't been able to check the cams in a week, so this spot was the closest spot to the house, and I was able to get up in the tree from where I parked in 20 minutes, so that's the plan for tonight. But let's hope that sun comes out. Let's hope the temperatures become cooler because 80 degrees in the middle of November is just ridiculous. So I'm up here sweating. But let's hope and pray. is a stud, man. I think that doe he's with is hot. Brett. Alright guys, we are back and up in a stand. It is November 17th. Safe to say it's been pretty slow. I have not actually hunted here yet this year, and this is actually the place where my brother shot his big 9 from last year. So, pretty cool. But we were up in the tree. We checked the cameras earlier today, and he was in here last night at like 9 p.m. and the night before at 7 p.m. So he's getting closer to daylighting, but this morning there was like 6 does in here in daylight, so I'm hoping that those does will be back in here this evening. HERSHEYS. Oh my gosh. He's down. Oh, he's down. Yes. Oh my gosh. He's dead right there. Oh my gosh. I just killed him. I just killed Hershey's. This has been such a hard season, you guys. 2 days ago, I missed the biggest buck of my life. I missed Ghost. I didn't get any of it on film, and it was my 4th run-in with him, and 2nd time I've had him under 50 yards. And that spot just kind of needed a break, guys. And I ranged some sagebrush in front of him, and I missed him low. That was first time this year I've sat at this farm, and that is my target buck at another farm a mile away. I've had pictures of that deer all year, early season, all last week even. He was there at that other farm, and came to this farm. We had one deer named Milo in here that I was after, and he hadn't been in here, I mean, maybe in here once or twice a week in the middle of the night, but the wind was good for this place. And I had a little buck in the food plot, and it was like prime time, and I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and rattle. And I rattled, and I see this deer on the neighbors 400 yards away, and I recognized him automatically that it was Hershey's. And I rattled at him, and he came this way, and I lost him down in the creek, and I didn't see him for about five minutes, and I wasn't sure where he was, and I rattled again, and next thing I know, he's just walking here on a steady pace. And then he jumped the fence, and I couldn't see him for 10 minutes. I could hear him thrashing his horn, so I don't know if he was making a scrape or what, but I shot him the first shot at 56 yards, and it blew through him, and he ran back to 75 yards, and I think it was a gut shot, but I'm not sure. And I put another arrow in him, and I think I just smoked him. I'm pretty sure I see him laying dead right there.
Alright guys, here he is. We got him out this morning, get some good pics, and kind of tell the story of this deer. Last night was November 17th, yesterday was, and is a year apart since I filled my buck tag last year. and you can watch that video down below. But this is a deer we named HERSHEYS. Had a bunch of history with this deer, 2 years of history. We had him last year. My brother passed him up at a spot 2 miles away from where I killed him as a 3.5-year-old. And then this year as a 4.5-year-old, he totally lived at a whole different farm, 1.5 miles from where I killed him. So where I actually killed him, we never had pics of him. But this deer is just awesome. As you can see, he's super dark horned. Can't tell if you guys can see that in the camera or not, but that's why we dubbed him the name HERSHEYS. He's got this little kicker coming off the back, and just a good eight pointer, just a 4x4. But rattled him in last night. Seen him at 350 yards on the neighbors, and I rattled and snort wheezed at him, and he started heading my way. And then I seen him again at 100 yards, just coming straight to me. And it took him about 10 minutes to finally get into me. And when he came, he was coming downwind. Like I said, we've never had a picture of this deer at the farm I just killed him at yesterday. So I don't think he really knew about the corn. He could probably see the food plot. We have an acre food plot there, but he came in, he was trying to get downwind of me, so I stopped him at 56 yards. Unfortunately, the first shot was not on film, but this was the first shot. Smoked him, but it only got one lung. He was slightly quartered too. And then he ran another 20 yards at 75 yards. And I was fortunate enough to get that shot on film, and I was also fortunate enough to double lung him with that shot, and he didn't go 20 after that. But just an awesome year so far. Been a hard year, but stuff like this makes it worth it. So if you guys are still hunting and still grinding, trying to fill a buck tag, I mean, like I said, this deer lives 1 mile away. We had pictures of him every night for the last week 1 mile away from where I killed him, and never had pictures of him on the farm that I was hunting. So that just goes to show how fast the tables can turn during the rut. And just thanking the good Lord for allowing us to hunt these whitetails. I mean, they're awesome creatures. So thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.